Many adults over 60 take magnesium every day, hoping it will help with sleep, muscle cramps, or heart health. But what many people don't realize is that magnesium supplements don't always work the way they expect. In fact, doctors often see seniors making a few simple mistakes when taking magnesium. These mistakes can affect how well the body absorbs it, how it interacts with other nutrients, and whether it provides the support people are hoping for. The surprising part is that many of these mistakes have nothing to do with forgetting to take the supplement. Instead, they involve small details like the type of magnesium, when it's taken, and how it fits into a daily routine. In today's video, we'll walk through 5 common magnesium mistakes many seniors make and a few simple things that may help you better understand how this important mineral works in the body. Magnesium is one of the most important minerals in the human body, yet it is often overlooked in everyday conversations about health. Many people focus on vitamins such as vitamin D or vitamin B12, but magnesium quietly supports hundreds of processes that keep the body functioning properly. This mineral plays a role in muscle function, nerve signals, heart rhythm, and the way the body produces energy. It also contributes to how muscles relax after they contract, which is one reason magnesium is sometimes associated with muscle comfort and relaxation. For adults over 60, magnesium can become even more important. As the body ages, several changes may affect how nutrients are absorbed and used. Digestion can become less efficient, dietary habits may change, and the body may not maintain mineral balance in the same way it did decades earlier. At the same time, magnesium is involved in processes that are closely connected with concerns many seniors commonly experience. These include sleep quality, muscle tightness, occasional leg cramps, and maintaining normal nerve communication throughout the body. Researchers continue studying magnesium because it appears to participate in more than 300 biochemical reactions in the body. These reactions help regulate how muscles and nerves communicate, how energy is produced inside cells, and how the body maintains its internal balance. However, despite how important magnesium is, many people may not always get enough from their daily diet. Magnesium is naturally found in foods such as leafy greens, nuts, seeds, beans, and whole grains. But modern eating habits sometimes include fewer of these foods than in the past. For example, some seniors may rely more on processed foods or simpler meals that contain fewer magnesium-rich ingredients. Over time, this may reduce the amount of magnesium the body receives from food sources alone. This is one reason magnesium supplements have become increasingly popular, especially among older adults who want to support sleep, muscle comfort, or overall well-being. Walk through the supplement aisle of almost any pharmacy, and you will likely see magnesium products in many different forms. Capsules, tablets, powders, and even drink mixes are commonly available. Because these supplements are easy to find and widely discussed online, many people begin taking magnesium with the hope that it will help support their daily health routine. But here is something many seniors are surprised to learn. Simply taking a magnesium supplement does not always guarantee that the body will use it effectively. In fact, healthcare professionals often see patients who take magnesium regularly but still wonder why they are not noticing the results they expected. This does not necessarily mean magnesium is ineffective. Instead, it often comes down to a few small details that many people are never told about when they first begin taking supplements. These details may include the type of magnesium being used, the amount taken each day, when it is taken, and how it interacts with other nutrients or medications. When these factors are not considered, magnesium supplements may not work the way people hope. The good news is that many of these issues are surprisingly simple once people understand them. Small adjustments to daily routines can sometimes make supplements easier for the body to process and use. That's why understanding the most common mistakes can be helpful. In the next section, we'll begin with one of the biggest mistakes doctors often see when seniors take magnesium, and it has to do with something many people rarely look at on the supplement label: the type of magnesium itself. One of the most common mistakes many seniors make when taking magnesium is choosing a supplement without realizing that magnesium actually comes in several different forms. When people walk into a pharmacy or search online for magnesium supplements, they often see many different labels. Some products say magnesium oxide, others say magnesium citrate, magnesium glycinate, or magnesium malate. At first glance, these names may not seem very important. After all, the label still says magnesium. But these different forms can behave differently once they enter the body. Each form of magnesium is attached to another compound, and that compound can influence how easily the mineral is absorbed and how it moves through the digestive system. For example, magnesium oxide is one of the most commonly sold forms of magnesium. It is widely available and often less expensive than some other types. Because of this, many people end up choosing it without thinking much about the difference. However, some healthcare professionals explain that certain forms of magnesium may be absorbed differently by the body. This does not mean one type is automatically better for everyone, but it does show that the form of magnesium can play a role in how the body responds. Another form that people often see is magnesium citrate. This form is commonly used in supplements and may behave differently in the digestive system compared with magnesium oxide. There is also magnesium glycinate, which is sometimes discussed in conversations about relaxation and sleep routines. Again, each form may interact with the body in slightly different ways. The important point is that many people begin taking magnesium without ever noticing which type they are actually using. They may simply buy the first bottle they see or choose a product because it was recommended by a friend or mentioned online. Over time, this can lead to confusion if the supplement does not seem to provide the experience they expected. Doctors often explain that supplements are not one size fits all. The way a nutrient works in the body can depend on many factors, including digestion, overall diet, age, and existing health conditions. Because of this, understanding the type of magnesium being taken can be helpful when building a supplement routine. Reading the supplement label carefully is one simple step that many people overlook. On most bottles, the specific form of magnesium is written just below the ingredient name. Taking a moment to look at that label can help people better understand what they are actually using. It's also worth remembering that supplements should never replace a balanced diet. Magnesium-rich foods, such as leafy greens, nuts, seeds, and legumes, continue to be important sources of this mineral. Supplements are often used to complement nutrition, not replace it. For seniors who are considering magnesium supplements, discussing options with a healthcare professional can sometimes provide additional guidance, especially for those who take medications or manage ongoing health conditions. But even without changing anything immediately, simply becoming aware that magnesium comes in different forms is already a helpful step. Many people are surprised when they first learn this detail, because supplement marketing rarely explains it clearly. Yet the type of magnesium is only one piece of the puzzle. In the next section, we'll talk about another common mistake seniors make when taking magnesium, and this one has to do with something that seems small but can influence how consistently the body receives this important mineral: the timing of when magnesium is taken. Another mistake that doctors sometimes notice is that many people take magnesium at random times during the day without thinking about consistency or how it fits into their daily routine. At first, this might not seem like an important detail. After all, magnesium is simply a mineral, and many supplements are taken whenever it feels convenient. However, the human body tends to function best when daily habits are consistent. Our internal systems follow patterns that repeat every day, often referred to as circadian rhythms. These rhythms influence sleep cycles, hormone activity, digestion, and many other processes. Because of this, consistency in routines can sometimes make a difference in how the body responds to certain nutrients. Many seniors begin taking magnesium because they have heard that it may support relaxation or help with nighttime routines. As a result, some people choose to take magnesium in the evening. Others prefer to take all their supplements together in the morning, simply because it is easier to remember. Neither approach is automatically right or wrong, but the key factor is often consistency. When supplements are taken at different times each day, it can become harder to maintain a steady routine. Some days the supplement might be taken in the morning, other days in the afternoon, and occasionally it may be forgotten entirely. Over time, this irregular pattern can make it difficult to maintain stable nutrient levels in the body. Healthcare professionals often emphasize that supplements tend to work best when they are taken regularly as part of a predictable routine. When the timing changes frequently, the body may not receive nutrients in the same consistent way. Another reason timing can matter is because supplements are often taken alongside meals. Meals provide not only energy, but also other nutrients that can interact with supplements in different ways. For example, some people find that taking supplements with food is simply more comfortable for the digestive system. Others prefer linking supplements to a specific meal because it helps them remember. For seniors who take several medications or supplements each day, building a simple routine can reduce confusion and make it easier to stay consistent. Some people keep their supplements near the breakfast table. Others place them near their evening tea or bedtime routine. The exact time is often less important than choosing a time that naturally fits into daily life. Consistency becomes especially helpful when supplements are taken for longer periods of time. Small daily habits repeated over weeks and months are much easier to maintain when they are simple and predictable. Many healthcare providers encourage patients to think about supplements as part of a daily routine rather than something taken randomly throughout the day. This approach helps reduce missed doses and creates a pattern the body can adapt to. Of course, timing alone does not determine how well magnesium works. Several other factors can also influence how the body absorbs and uses this mineral. For example, the amount taken each day can vary from person to person. Some people may take doses that are lower than they realize, while others may not be aware that magnesium needs can differ depending on diet and lifestyle. This brings us to another common mistake seniors sometimes make when using magnesium supplements. In the next section, we'll talk about dosage and why taking too little magnesium may sometimes prevent people from noticing the benefits they were hoping for. Another mistake that doctors sometimes notice is that many people take magnesium supplements but may not realize that the amount they are taking is quite small. When people first begin using supplements, they often assume that any amount will make a noticeable difference. After all, if a nutrient is important for the body, it may seem logical that even a small dose would immediately provide benefits. But nutrition does not always work that way. The body requires certain amounts of vitamins and minerals to maintain normal biological functions, and those needs can vary from person to person. Magnesium is involved in hundreds of processes in the body, including muscle function, nerve signaling, and energy production. Because of these roles, the body uses magnesium continuously throughout the day. However, many over-the-counter supplements contain relatively modest amounts of magnesium per serving. Some products include 100 milligrams, while others provide slightly more depending on the brand and formulation. At the same time, dietary intake also plays a role. Magnesium is naturally found in foods such as leafy greens, nuts, seeds, legumes, and whole grains. If someone regularly eats these foods, their magnesium intake from diet may already contribute to their daily needs. But if the diet contains fewer magnesium-rich foods, the body may depend more heavily on supplements to maintain balance. This is why magnesium needs can vary depending on individual lifestyle, diet, and overall health status. Some people may already receive a reasonable amount of magnesium from the foods they eat, while others may receive much less. Because of these differences, healthcare professionals often remind patients that supplement routines should be considered alongside dietary habits. Another factor to remember is that the body does not store magnesium in the same way it stores certain vitamins. Instead, magnesium levels are continuously regulated through digestion and kidney function. This means that consistent intake over time is usually more important than occasional large doses. When people take magnesium irregularly or in very small amounts, they may not maintain stable levels in the body. As a result, some individuals may feel that magnesium supplements are not making much difference, when in reality, the routine simply has not been consistent or sufficient over time. That does not mean people should automatically increase their dose. Adjusting supplement amounts should always be done carefully, particularly for older adults who may be managing medications or other health conditions. Healthcare providers often rely on a combination of dietary discussion, symptom history, and sometimes laboratory testing when evaluating mineral intake. These conversations help determine whether a person's current nutrition pattern appears balanced or whether adjustments might be considered. For seniors who take several supplements each day, it can also be helpful to review all products being used. Sometimes people are surprised to learn that certain multivitamins already contain small amounts of magnesium, which may contribute to their total intake. Understanding how much magnesium is coming from all sources can make supplement routines clearer and easier to manage. But dosage is only one piece of the puzzle. Even when the type of magnesium is appropriate and the amount seems reasonable, another factor can still influence how well the body processes this mineral. And that factor is absorption. In the next section, we'll talk about two final mistakes many seniors make when taking magnesium, including how magnesium is absorbed and how it may interact with other supplements or medications. As we reach the final section of this video, there are two more mistakes that doctors sometimes notice when seniors take magnesium supplements. These mistakes are often overlooked because they seem small, yet they can influence how effectively the body uses this mineral. The first of these involves absorption. Even when someone chooses a magnesium supplement and takes it consistently, the body still needs to absorb the mineral through the digestive system. If absorption is not efficient, the body may not receive the full amount that is listed on the label. Absorption can be influenced by several factors, including digestion, overall diet, and how supplements are taken during the day. For example, Some people take supplements on an empty stomach simply because it feels convenient. Others take all their supplements together at the same time without thinking about how different nutrients interact. In many cases, this routine works fine, but sometimes spacing supplements throughout the day or taking them with meals can make routines easier for the body to handle. Meals naturally contain a variety of nutrients and fats that help the digestive system process food. Because supplements are also processed through the digestive system, linking them with meals can sometimes make routines feel more comfortable. Another factor that can influence absorption is overall digestive health. As people age, digestion may change slightly, and the body may process nutrients differently than it did earlier in life. This does not necessarily mean supplements will stop working, but it does remind us that the body is constantly adjusting and responding to different conditions. The final mistake doctors often mention is taking too many supplements together without reviewing how they interact. Many seniors take several supplements each day, sometimes including multivitamins, vitamin D, calcium, magnesium, and other nutrients recommended by friends or mentioned online. While each of these nutrients may play a role in overall health, taking many supplements at the same time can sometimes create confusion about how they work together. For example, certain minerals may compete for absorption in the digestive system when taken simultaneously. When that happens, the body may prioritize absorbing one nutrient over another. This does not mean supplements should never be taken together. In many cases, they can be combined safely when used appropriately. However, spacing certain supplements throughout the day may sometimes help the body process them more comfortably. For seniors who take multiple supplements, reviewing the full list occasionally can be helpful. Sometimes people discover they are taking several products that contain overlapping ingredients. Other times they realize that certain supplements may be unnecessary or could be simplified. Healthcare providers often encourage patients to bring their supplement bottles to medical appointments so routines can be reviewed together. This simple step can make it easier to understand how different nutrients fit into an overall health plan. When it comes to magnesium, the goal is not to make supplement routines complicated. Instead, the goal is simply to be aware of a few common mistakes that can influence how well supplements work. By understanding factors such as the type of magnesium, the timing of supplements, the amount taken, and how nutrients interact, seniors can approach their routines with more confidence. And sometimes small adjustments to daily habits are all it takes to make a routine easier to maintain. In the final section of this video, we'll briefly review the 5 magnesium mistakes many seniors make and talk about a simple way to think about magnesium as part of a balanced health routine. By now, you've seen that magnesium is an important mineral that plays a role in many different functions in the body. From muscle movement and nerve communication to energy production and heart rhythm, magnesium quietly supports many systems that help the body operate every day. For adults over 60, maintaining balanced nutrition becomes even more important. As the body changes with age, digestion, diet, and lifestyle habits can all influence how nutrients are absorbed and used. This is one reason magnesium supplements have become increasingly popular among seniors. However, as we discussed throughout this video, simply taking a supplement is not always enough. Several small details can influence whether the body is able to use that supplement effectively. Let's quickly review the 5 common magnesium mistakes we talked about today. The first mistake is choosing a magnesium supplement without realizing that magnesium comes in several different forms. Each form may interact with the body differently, so understanding what appears on the supplement label can be helpful. The second mistake involves timing. Taking supplements randomly throughout the day can make routines inconsistent, while choosing a regular time can help build a habit the body becomes familiar with. The third mistake is taking too little magnesium. Because magnesium needs vary from person to person depending on diet and lifestyle, some individuals may not realize how much they are actually receiving from both food and supplements. The fourth mistake relates to absorption. Digestion plays a major role in how nutrients enter the body, and simple habits like pairing supplements with meals may sometimes make routines easier to maintain. And the fifth mistake involves mixing too many supplements together without reviewing how they interact. When several minerals are taken at the same time, the body may process them differently. The good news is that most of these mistakes are easy to understand once people become aware of them. Often, improving a supplement routine is not about making dramatic changes. Instead, it's about paying attention to a few small details and building habits that feel simple and consistent. For seniors, health is rarely about one single vitamin or mineral. Long-term well-being usually comes from a combination of factors, including balanced nutrition, regular movement, restful sleep, and guidance from healthcare professionals when needed. Magnesium can be one helpful part of that bigger picture when used thoughtfully. If you are currently taking magnesium or considering adding it to your routine, discussing it with your healthcare provider can sometimes provide helpful insight. They can review your diet, medications, and overall health history to determine what approach may be most appropriate for you. And if you found this video helpful, feel free to share it with a friend or family member who may also be taking magnesium. Many people are simply unaware of these common mistakes, and learning about them can make conversations about health much easier. If you enjoy learning simple health topics designed especially for adults over 50 and seniors, consider subscribing to the channel for more videos about healthy aging, circulation, nutrition, and everyday habits that may support long-term well-being.